adopting children that have been abandoned at birth. They've been living in a derelict but functional 3-bedroom home in historically Black Peoplestown neighborhood of Atlanta. Goodman, who is 50 years old, has a reserved, vigilant demeanor. Her years trying to keep the kids out of harm's way evident in her perpetual narrow eyes. She saw the rental property as an answer to prayer. It was in a relatively safe neighborhood within a walking distance of the Barack and Michelle Obama Academy, the public elementary school her youngest son and daughter attended. Now listen to this. It was also at $950 a month. $950 a month, not including utilities. And she's barely making $9 an hour. That's crazy. Goodman had felt an abusive, fled an abusive marriage in 2015 and was anxious to get her family a more stable home environment. She thought she finally found one. Listen to this now. She was a long-time renter. I'm gonna bounce around because we don't have much time. Please read this at your leisure. She was a long-time renter, and she ensured that her rent checks were never late, despite her exhausting work schedule. She had pride, family members, and she was a stickler for keeping that dilapidated home clean. Check this. When her lease expired at the end of the month, it would not be renewed. She paid her rent on time, kept the place clean, and check this out. So strong was her fear of being deemed a difficult tenant, she avoided requesting basic repairs. So when things would tear up, she just didn't want the landlord to think that she was being difficult, so she wouldn't even report repairs that needed to be done for her family to live in a reasonable environment. Then, when her lease expired at the end of the month, she was notified it would not be renewed, not because she hadn't paid her rent on time or anything like that or been a troubled tenant. No explanation was legally required, and none was provided. She said, "You think you did everything you're supposed to do," she told me, "and then this happens." Now check this out. A clue lay in the neighborhood's accelerating transformation. Up and down the street, old shabby dwellings, many of them, like the one she rented, casualties of previous decades of foreclosure crisis, purchased at rock bottom prices by investors who would simply wait around until they appreciated in value and they were being sold, gutted, and or reconstruction. That's called regentrification. Then check this out. This is what the landlord said. Goodman's landlord, a doctor who runs an international nonprofit, told me recently that she didn't renew the lease for financial reasons. All about the money, y'all. And said, with the area taken off, she explained it was the perfect time to unload the property. So, damn this, I got to get paid. Now check this out. To add insult to injury, why you've got to master these strategies and techniques. Don't think this can't be you. Okay? Miss payments on your mortgage and see what happens. Watch this. So this lady, still prideful and wanted to take care of her family. Every night, she waited until the kids were asleep before retreating to the couch with her battered smartphone and a notepad. Okay? And she was still looking for places for her children to live and go to school. Now check this out. She expanded her search to an area of Atlanta called Forest Park. Okay? This is the house that they kicked her out of. All right? Her children in front of her former home in Peoplestown neighborhood of Atlanta, which when the lease expired, the landlord refused to renew it without explanation, and the family was forced to move out. Now check this out. This adds insult to injury. Eventually, Goodman came across a listing for a house in Forest Park. which is a suburb right outside of Atlanta here, family, which was a 20-minute drive from the current neighborhood. Once white and middle class, the suburb of just under 20,000 had changed dramatically over the past 20 years as a generation of poor African Americans and immigrant families resettled there after the Atlanta tore down its housing projects. Today, Forest Park has a poverty rate of 32.7%, almost a third of the people. And Goodman's driving there for the first time since the area had been hollowed out. Now check this out. A move to this place would further strain her budget. Her rent increased by $50. So now it's $1,000 if she takes this place. And because her clients were in Atlanta, she would spend more gas as well. Now check this. At the house, the landlord, an affable 79-year-old man named Abdul Rahim bin Dumba, gave her a hurried walkthrough in exchange for the first month's rent and $1,000 security deposit in cash. Now, he agreed to forego a credit check and any other requirements. Now, notice the game where he's taking advantage of this woman and her children. Now, watch this. Goodman decided that she had no choice but to take the place. You know, her baby's got to sleep somewhere. Though the house was dilapidated, the queen that Goodman was, she coaxed her kids into helping her spruce the place up. But it was worse than it had initially seemed. The sinks were clogged. One of the two toilets wouldn't flush. The floor seemed to be sagging. A shower head was falling out of the wall. And when Goodman went to plug in a lamp, the socket, she said, caught on fire. I thought maybe I'd been cursed. One morning, her car's engine abruptly died. She had no money to fix it, so she started taking the bus to work, walking 15 minutes to the nearest bus stop and enduring the hour-plus commute. Check this out. On October the 19th, Goodman heard DJ, her 12-year-old son, scream from the kitchen. He'd been doing the dishes and had gotten an electrical shock as he reached his hand into the dirty water. He was crying, saying how bad it hurt. Goodman was livid. She suspected the shock had been caused by exposed wires in the wiring in the basement, where there was a pool of standing water. In some states, she could have withheld her rent until the safety issues were addressed. But in Georgia grants tenants no such rights. Nothing prohibited landlords from kicking a renter out for reporting hazardous conditions to the authorities, what's referred to as retaliatory eviction. Okay? Later that day, Goodman spotted a group of firefighters down the street and asked one of them, Lieutenant Boyle, if he could take a look around. Within an hour, a group of officials from code enforcement. Now, see, this was a double-edged sword right here. Now, check this out. Within an hour, a group of officials from code enforcement, sanitation, Georgia Power, and the fire department had gathered on the lawn. Ken Fleming, a code enforcement officer, had been to the house before. And as soon as he saw it, he started shaking his head. The electric company discerned an immediate danger, physically cut the wires leading into the house, and Dunbar, who's the landlord, showed up and was handed a citation, and he quickly left. A fluorescent orange notice was taped to the front window that said, "This building is unsafe and unsanitary, and its use or occupancy has been prohibited by the housing inspector of the city of Forest Park, Georgia." Now check this out. Goodman did her best to remain calm, but the kids would be coming home soon, and she had nowhere to take them. She just reported the house, and then the county comes and says, and the city says the house is not suitable to be inhabited. But she gave the man $2,000. She couldn't even go inside to retrieve their belongings. The Red Cross arrived and gave Goodman a prepaid debit card for food and clothing and several nights stay at the extended stay motel. The article goes on, family. That's them in front of the extended stay hotel. Now let me ask you a question. What the hell did she do wrong? What did she do wrong to deserve this? See, family, you sit around and you think this world is fair. You think the world cares about you? No. This could be you. And if you really, really, really are on a high chakra level, you understand and understand this is you. These are your kids and grandkids. This is you. And you got somebody in the White House who last week during a speech looked to the heavens and said, I am the chosen one. But he's not giving immigrant children in detention camps inoculations against the flu, and they're dying. People like this struggling to come up with rent money. And then you've got people who will come in and take advantage of them, like that man did. He took $2,000 from this woman, and she can't even flush her toilet. Kids getting electrocuted, shocked, and sinks clogged. You think you got time to sit around and watch Atlanta Housewives and Jerry Springer? Miss your mortgage payments. This will be you. Oh, best believe that. That's why as kings and queens and gods and goddesses, we've got to rise up so that we can be financially secure enough to help people like this. Because the government engaging in politics, they don't care nothing about her. Know whether or not these kids eat or sleep in sterile and clean environments. And if you notice, you see despair in these eyes, okay? And he just as cute as he can be. He doesn't fully understand what's going on, but look at him. This right here, them eyes telling you there's anger and frustration in him. This right here, look. Okay? And he trying to figure it out. This right here is despair. This one right here, he gonna grow up to do something to somebody. She gonna get caught up with the wrong people and get caught up in the wrong environment. The eyes are the portals to the soul. If you don't, for any other reason, learn how to trade and invest, do it for people like these. Because they are us and we are them. She didn't do anything to pay the rent on time with the first house. Landlord said, no, you got to go. And didn't even give her any reason. So within 30 days, the kids get ended. They got to go to new schools, all this and that kind. I'm telling you now. Let's go to work. All right, family members. Let's look at our portfolio calendar for the week, economic calendar for the week. For those of you joining us for the first time, watching my progression as I come down to Econoday.com off of our homepage. Make sure that you scroll down, go see U.S. announcements, global announcements. Make sure it populates the appropriate date. Click on global announcements. Okay. Thank you, King. Kathy, I've already called down to Forest Park City Housing Department, Department of Housing, I'm sorry. And I'm scheduled to meet with them tomorrow before I go on there at my radio broadcast. Yeah, I got to do something for these people. Just don't make no sense. And see, that's just the one that they highlighted, okay? There are hundreds of thousands of people like this around the country. More about that later on. All right, family. As we look at, for those of you joining us for the first time, I'm going to bounce down each one of these days. okay? Each one of these days. And I'm going to highlight the economic calendar reports that are being released, go over those that are applicable for actualization and monetization, and then I'm going to come back, okay? And then we're going to look at how we can get paid from these particular economic calendar reports, all right? So as we look at Monday, all right, there really isn't anything here stateside and or internationally that we could actualize and or monetize. As we come here, okay, let's pay attention to this report, consumer confidence, because it's going to be reflected in market activity. The market moving and all being in positive territory today is all simply because of this right here. Trump said that he thought that China was ready to do a deal. Family members, that cannot sustain the market. Tweets and suggestions from someone, they do not have anything to do with market fundamentals. And I'm going to be talking about this a little bit later on. You have to go ahead and secure your portfolio with dividend paying positions, because this is no way to live. Damn market tumbling last week because China came back and said, just because you say you want to go ahead and stave off tariffs against us, you think we just going to stop and wait for you to change your mind? So China came out with a retaliatory statement. Our market falls 700 points in one day on the Dow. That's crazy because of politics. You cannot sustain yourself or your family and loved ones when the market's moving like that if you don't know how to implement our dividend strategies, okay? Our MAG 7/15 strategies when applicable. Our beta strategy, when you see it's a beta day, you got to be able to move in and out of the market and monetize this foolishness. If not, woe is going to be you. Trust me. Okay? So I really want to pay attention, and I will be paying attention to this consumer confidence right here, because that indicates what the society and the consumers really think about all these games that are going on being played in the market. And I want to show you something interesting. This is up, this is up, this is up. But, okay, you remember when the market opened up, this was up as well. Now the chart showing is up. This is showing is down. Now, if the markets are up, should the VIX be up or down? The VIX should be down. The VIX should be down, right? Is that up or down? See, they need to get their charts and their statements in unison. This was wrong. There's no way that the three major indexes are up and this be up. This should be down. Everybody see that? See, family, when you have this kind of uncertainty in the market, there's a lot of games going on. Look, I hope, and I need to do maybe an hour lecture on this another time, but I'm going to tell you something now. I hope I don't get you distracted. But let me tell you something. Family, this is all about the market makers playing games. Some serious games. Now, I feel compelled to digress a little bit here, and I love being in these private sessions so I can stretch out and show you certain things, but let me say this to you. When you look at a position, write this down, please, because ain't nobody else going to tell you. That's what I'm about to tell you. All right, look. When you look at a position, you, Queen Zenobi, King Gerald, me, whatever, when you look at a position, you're looking at what is called level one. Level one market. I'm going to take you out in some deep waters to tell you something you ain't going to never hear. And I want you to Google this and research it yourself. So when the retail trading investors looks at a position, they're looking at what is called level 1. Now, level 1 is allowed to be conveyed and shown to the general public. So, you punch in Home Depot, you punch in, Walmart, you punch in, Target, whatever. You're looking at level 1 numbers. These are level 1 numbers. Okay? Now there's a level 2 and level 3. They control the market. Now level 2 are your brokers at TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, et cetera, et cetera. Now they look at what's causing, watch this now. Watch this now. I'm about to show you something. They look at what's causing the bid and the ask. You can't see that. You'll see the bid and ask, but you don't know what's causing the bid and the ask. Now stay with me. The bid and the ask is caused by market makers. So let me give you an example. Say King Devon's out there and he wants to sell. Now he's a hedge fund manager, institutional investor. Say he's managing $5 billion. He wants to move Home Depot to the upside because he sees it's down. Watch this now. Now the retail traders and investors, the normal trading investors can't see what I'm about to tell you. Because Devon is a hedge fund manager managing $5 billion, 5B, he can be what is called a level 2 trader. Now, Devon wants to make a market on Home Depot because he wants to sell off his positions, okay, when Home Depot rises. So he comes in on level 2 and he puts in an elevated ask. You see how close these margins are now? The ask and the bid, one's at 217.22, one's at 217.41. Okay? So he'll come in and he will do something like this. He'll come in and say, he'll run this up automatically, artificially, and he'll come in with an ask of 220. When he comes in with an ask of 220, he's hoping the bid will pull up to 218. Y'all get that? Y'all get that? Because if the bid stays down at 217, 216, he ain't going to go ahead and sell if he's asking at 220. He wants the bid to come up closer to the ask. Y'all get that? I know I'm getting off on a tangent. I'm going to have to lecture on this a little bit later on, but I want to show you the games that's going on now, why you see the market acting so crazy. All right? Now, let me ask you this. Look right here and tell me what's wrong. What's wrong with that? Look at this bid and look at the ask. What's wrong with that? There you go, Anthony. There you go, Charles. There you go, Jared. See, you got to look and see this. I'm taking you to some deep waters. I'm showing you something now. Look, there you go, J-Ron. When do you see the bid higher than the ask? That's just like me going to Devon and say, Devon, I want $5 for this. And Devon said, no, Kenneth, I give you 10. What? The bid, in that example, what Devon is willing to pay for me is more than I ask for something? This is how crazy the market is now. Now check this. To show you how crazy this is. If the bid is more than the ask, how in the hell the position going to be down? The position should be up. Think with me now. Look, If Devon is willing to give me $10 for something I'm selling for $5, how in the hell my price gonna go down? It will go up. I'm gonna sell all of what I got to Devon for $10, even though I was asking $5. So this would do what? Go up. Thank you for the positive comments. You seeing this? The market's completely out of sync because the traders are scared. They don't know what to do. So that's why you see the position start out here. What the hell done happen between now and 34 minutes the market's open and Home Depot done fail like this? It's panic in the markets. See, look down here. Is it anything in these damn headlines, all right, that tells you anything negative that done happened in the last 34 minutes since the market opened? Ain't nothing here. I'm showing you. We're doing this real time. That's the market makers, AKA bookies. I'm just giving it to you raw. See, this is why you got to be razor sharp when you come out on this battlefield. See, when I come out here and I look and see, I'm saying, wait a minute. So I'm doing my drill down. Ain't no damn volume. But how in the hell the bid gonna be higher than the ask? And then the damn position be down. What the hell going on with Home Depot? Level 2 fooling with it. But now the average trailing investor look at this, he don't know. Because he can't see what the level 2 sees. Y'all get this so far? Because the plot thickens when I tell you about the level 3s. Now the level 3s are the institutional investors. Them boys sitting up there at Goldman Sachs. All right? So thank you, Queen Patsy, for those kind words. So what the level 3s do is this. They manipulate everybody. They manipulate the markets. So nobody can see the level 3s. You got to have special license to see a level 3. You can't even access their screens. So what they do is they come in and say, look, we're going to manipulate the bid-ask price and control the volume. You say, well, how they control the volume? Because they control the money. If they want to go ahead and push this up, they just go ahead and dump into the position, all right? And when they dump into the position, this what's going to happen? The ones that can't see a damn thing, the blind, the retail traders and investors, what they going to do? Engage in herd mentality, and they're going to buy this damn position straight up. That's why I teach you all about facing, head fakes, 52-week highs, and the like. Now check it. What they doing right now? This right here was nothing but a sell-off to take their money. Why? Because look, you see how close that thing's sitting to that 52-week high? They setting the herd up to get paid. That's why you see them do this. They took their money because the position was pushing close to the 52-week high who's sitting out here at 222. Listen to me now. I'm showing you right here. You see it right there? That's why you see the bid higher than the ask. Because when they dump right here, and there's no fundamental cause in that, okay, the stupid knucklehead herd coming in, even though they're low, they saying, whoa, Home Depot is a good company. We can get it on the low. And they stupid enough to pay more than what the market makers asking for. They paying $217.41 when the market makers ain't asking but $217.22. Market makers say, you damn fools, yeah, I'm gonna take all you got. Then what they're gonna turn around and do is, okay, now all this is profit. millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars just been made off of punking the retail trading investor who can't see level 2, level 3 screens. Then what they're going to do is lay in the cut right here, okay? And then they're going to start, look, you see that? See that? Did you see it move? Notice, facing what we trade upon. And they take our money more. And they sell off right up on them again. And they ain't even got the water table yet. And notice how gullible the retail traders and the investors are. Even look, if you see the position sell off right here intraday within the first 15, look, that's 9:46 in the first 16 minutes that the market was open. And you see it go up, don't you know they baiting you to run it back up again? What the hell happened in the first 16 minutes first to make it sell off and then go back up? Duh. That should let you know. Market makers, they manipulating the position. Then the stupid herd, they buy it right back up. What do? Sell off again. Give them a head fake, they buy it back up. And what they do? Right on the straight facing. Right when they got it, sell off again. That's so embarrassed. They're playing with them people's emotions. And they don't even know they're playing, getting played. All the while, they're getting PAID. Trickery and deception and manipulation. That's what this system is all about. You see it here on Wall Street. You see it here on Main Street. That's why I say, family, don't you fall in love with Wall Street and the positions these companies have. You care about them about as much as the landlords care about these people right here. You take as much as you can from them as often as you can from these low-down scams, because this is what they're doing. Now, the level 3s, I ain't even got to them yet. The level 3s do this. Let me show you something. About to straight get with it. Watch this. Watch now. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Watch this now. Simple. A dealer in securities or other assets who undertakes to buy or sell securities at specific prices at all times. Now check this out. A market maker or liquidity provider. That's what they are, a bookie. Their liquidity provider is a company or individual that quotes both a buy and sell price. What? Did I not tell you that? They're on both sides of the bid ask. And they manipulate the herd who buys in. Get this now. In a financial instrument or commodity held in inventory. Hoping to what? To make a profit on the bid offer spread. That's the arbitrage I keep telling you about. Y'all get it? I don't have time to go over this in great detail, but I need you to Google this when you get a chance today and listen to these tapes. They explain to you how the BS is put down. These people are masters at manipulation, beloved. They ain't playing. That's why we play the player and not the player. So when you come in and you look at a position, let me tell you something. Well, let me ask you, because you're going to help me answer this question. Okay, look. What if the ask is typically higher and the bid is the people buying or making offers to buy the particular position, Home Depot, whatever. And the last is the price in between that they agree upon. Somebody's asking for X, somebody's offering Y, they agree is Z, right? So This position, this number right here, 99.9% of the time is going to be in between the bid and the ask, because it's the number that they agree upon. Ask 99.9% of the times is higher than the bid. And the number they agree upon is the last, which will be the number in the middle. Everybody see that? Let me show you again. I'm just going to use Walmart. I'm just punching the, no, I punch in this. Watch this. Okay? Watch. Bid, ask. You see the tight spread? The tighter the spread, the higher the volume. Didn't we talk about this last week? That means more people are trading on the position because they're closer in agreement on the price. See, is this higher than this? Yes. Now watch. The number that they agree upon is sitting in the middle. 48.08 is sitting in between these two. See, it's 48.08. So the bid, even though they're asking, they're getting a little bit more. If the number here, drop this now, is never supposed to be higher than the number here. And because this is a tight spread, that's why you got this higher volume. Now let me stop. Do y'all get this? I'm showing you all the tricks. So you got to think in your mind, look, who the hell really controls the markets? The markets open every day during business hours around the world. Who is really behind the scenes pulling the strings? It's the market makers. It's the players. That's why I always say, if you ain't got nothing else to do, then study about stochastics and MACDs, Bollinger Ranges and all that. Okay, yeah. Make yourself feel comfortable. But you ain't gonna get paid. Because the level 2s and the level 3s determine this right here. Now, do you think the level 2s and the level 3s give a damn about a Bollinger Range, Head and Shoulders, Condor, all that? Do you really think that? Or do you think when they decide, look, we're going to move BNY because we got an inside report that they got a drug that's going to go ahead and hit level 3 clinicals at the FDA. You got that inside report? Okay, great. So we need to go on and get us some. That's what moves this position. Let me say this. Please get this. MACDs, Bollinger Ranges, Condors, Head and Shoulders, all these indicators, all they do is tell you what these damn people have done. Do you get that? It tells you what they have done. Okay? It's like a report card. Like a child gets a report card when they go to school. The report card tells you what the child has done. Okay? We train you in the Wealth Institute as to what they're going to do. King Anthony said it beautiful. Thank you, King Anthony. All of those indicators that I just gave you, they're looking at the rear view mirror, what these people have done. We say stay in front of the market. We can see what they're about to do and get paid from them. That's why we play the player and not the play. If you play in the play, you're playing something that they've already done. You're late. You got to stay out in front and play them. What I'm showing you now is how they play. So they manipulate this, and people end up buying at this price. Now, if I want to drag up this price and I'm a market maker, then what do? I move this higher on the ask. When I move the ask higher, I'm tempting the bid price to move higher. So if I can move this up to 49, and this moves up to 48.80, then this volume gonna move up, this gonna move up, and I'm gonna get paid more. But if there are other market makers out there, aka bookies, that when I move this up to 49, they move this back to 47. Now this spread gets wider. This number goes down. This then goes down, and don't nobody make no money. So then what I'm gonna do is say hell to the no. I'm gonna push this back to 48 because you move, push this back to 48 because you move this to 47. I'm trying to entice other bookies, aka market makers, to move this back up to 48, narrowing that margin to pick this volume back up, to move this back up. Y'all get that? And all of this is legal. Nobody goes to jail. You remember I told you that if you ever go to the trading floor on Wall Street, well, all the trading going on downstairs on the floor, okay? Well, all this going on down here. Watch now. Well, all this going on down here on the floor. Look up, and you'll see a series of booths, glassed-in boxes. You welcome, Queen Patsy. There sit your market makers. That's the ones who call down to the floor and set the pricings on everything from pork bellies to the price of BMY at any given time of the day. They're the ones that are determined the bid-ask spread. Those of you that are beginner traders and investors, you remember that years ago, now you're my elders, but you used to ask me, well, Dr. Reeves, what does this mean, the bid-ask? I used to say, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Because see, you put the cart before the horse. When you learn about head and shoulders, 52 weeks strategy, your beta strategies, your mag 7/15, your holding strategy, all these other things, then I can come back and say, now, let me tell you about these two. Because then you're ready to apply your knowledge of all the other things I've taught you to these two. This goes on all day, every day, because see, unless you know about volume, 2-day versus volume per day, you can't grasp the concept of this and the manipulation that goes on during the day. That's why I drill on you. Learn your drill down. Learn your drill down. Don't ever cheat on your drill down. Do your drill down. So when I take you to the next level and say, now let me tell you about level 2 and 3 and bid-ask manipulation. Then it all clicks in your mind. Wait a minute. Oh, you're welcome, King Ezekiel. It's an honor to be your servant. Then you can say, oh, so that's why volume's so important. Yep. See, it's all about pushing volume. The bookies, if they don't have no volumes, they don't get paid. That's why I say Warren Buffett, Carl Icahn, George Soros, you and I, nobody gets paid if the market's flat and volume is low. So the key is manipulate the volume, therefore you can manipulate the price, and therefore you can get paid. You manipulate the price by manipulating bid-ask. When people look at the bid-ask, that's going to determine whether or not they're going to trade on the position. Wide bid-ask, they leave it alone. Closed bid-ask, they come to trade. When they come to trade, that increases volume. If they don't trade, that decreases volume. If they increase volume, this going to go up. You're going to get paid. If they decrease volume, nobody's going to get paid because this position is going to be relatively flat for that trading session. And it's groups of people who sit around and they say, okay, then we're going to move the energy sector. So they hit that XOM and all the big boys and they move it that day. Or they come back and say, you know what? Let's go after pharmaceuticals. So they hit Squibb or Bristol Myers or whatever the case may be. Let me give you a proof positive on that. And we're going to get into this the last quarter of this year. I'm going to show you how to do what is called sector trading. Sector trading. Now, I touched base on that a little bit about 2 weeks ago in our Saturday classes. I'm just wetting your whistle because we're really going to stretch out on that. Now, with sector trading is when the bookies decide what sector they're going to manipulate. Okay? Now, sometimes they'll lay down on a sector and they'll do it for a day, sometime a week, but they never do it for 2 weeks. That's too long. There you go, Charles, because they do something called, like Charles is reminding us, sector rotation. Let me give you an example. Have you ever noticed? Let's take oil, for instance. Oil would never just go up and keep rising for 2-3 weeks at a time. That don't happen. Because they rotate in, they rotate out. They'll run oil up, they'll run oil up. They'll sell it off and take their profits. When they sell it off, they take their profits. They take that money and rotate out that sector and move it to another sector. Cyclicals, utilities, whatever. That's a form of diversification in their portfolios. So just like King Charles, they rotate in and out of sectors. I'm going to show you how to be able to see when they're about to rotate. And guess what? We're going to get our asses in front of the next sector and into the next sector that they're about to rotate into. For instance, if the market is down and the economy is down, they're going to rotate in and out of energy and utilities. Back and forth here, then back over here to Duke and Georgia Power and AmeriGas. Then they're going to come back over here, XOM, Texaco, and the like. Back and forth. Why? Because those are recessionary-proof sectors. They're going to rotate into what are called consumer staples. You're going to see positions like Procter & Gamble go up. Okay, because Procter & Gamble selling toothpaste. People still gonna brush their teeth no matter when that recession is up, is occurring, or the economy is up. People gonna buy toilet paper. Okay, so that's when I'll notify you, family. We're gonna pull back. We're gonna go into sector analysis for the first month, and then we're gonna be bouncing here. Okay, utilities, consumer staples, toothpaste, detergent, people who make toilet paper and constantly get paid. And I don't care if all three of these are down. Don't make me no difference. So that's called sector rotation. Everybody got that? I know this might sound like Chinese to some of y'all, but you guys gonna master this. You're gonna get it. You're gonna be like, wow. And when I go to symposiums and stuff, and I do this in front of people, they're like, wait a minute, how are you able to predict where the market gonna move? Because I know about 2s and 3s, level 2s and 3s. I know I was trained as a level 3. When I was working on Wall Street, I could move a particular sector, okay, just by baiting other level 3s on my bid ask. If I'm sitting out here and you see, ask is always slightly higher than bid. I can't plan this. You're looking at it on the screen, right? Okay. Now check this. If I wanted to move this price higher, if I want to bounce this up to 118, all I got to do is come out here and I move this ask up to 118.02, and I sit and wait. Now, if another level 3 or level 2 comes up and moves up to 117.99, that's going to cause this to go up because my bid ask is still tight. That spread is still tight. this going to push up to 118. Now, the regular traders and investors, retail traders, all they know is they're going to see this go up. And they're going to buy in. And all of us level 3s and level 2s going to get paid. We just pumped y'all. So did you see that move right there? Did you see it move that real time? Did you see that? Now watch. It ain't going to break this. It's going to get right up there and then sail back down. That's 2s and 3s pulling the market. You seeing this real time. All praise be to the ancestors and creator. I just happen to punch on this and talk about it, and then they make a move like that. So now, that's why you have to be able, family, look, man, when you come and look at this, you like a scientist. All this ain't just numbers. This stuff means something to you. You know what you damn looking at. And then you go to work. Do we get this? Let me ask you a question. It's 10:29. You know water table begins at 11:15. All right? Now, do you think this, it's already selling off. You see that moving to the downside slightly, just like I discussed? Now, do you think that when you get inside the water table, this position going to be up here? There you go, Shinobi. That ain't going to happen. When you get out the virtual trading room today, come back here and look at this position. And I never say guarantee, but I'm telling you, it's going to fall. Now, if you studying, fam, look, go on the back end. We got 200 hours plus worth of webinars and reference documents back there. Be as serious as you are about breathing. If somebody made you hold your breath or put you underwater, okay, all of a sudden breathing becomes real important to you, right? Same thing with this trading and investing. Go on the back end, learn this stuff, master this stuff. So when you come out here, you see this, you be like, Did you see it go down? Did I just not say this 2 minutes? You see this? How do I know that? Because I know how they think. How did the slave escape from master? Because he had to study how master think first. So he can go ahead and know when to run. Same thing with this trading and investing. Family, look, if I tell you that the only goal of everybody, not somebody level 2s, level 3s, retail trading investment, the only reason a person puts money into an investment is to get PAID. If I tell you that and you know that, why are you trading and investing? You trading and investing to lose money, or you trading and investing to get paid? Okay, you trading and investing to get paid. So then why would you study and worry about, okay, those things? Now watch. See they went in and got that money. Now watch. It ain't breaking this. You can forget it. You see this real time. Now let me go a step further. If you know that everybody's in this to get PAID, all right, why would you focus on what they've done in the past as opposed to focusing on what they're doing? Because what they've done in the past to get PAID is engaged in a bunch of trickery and deception. You see trickery and deception right here. That's face. Right here, that's face. Let me ask you a question. Look down here. Look at that. Boy, he getting paid. Getting paid $3 million more. 18% pay raise. He gets this, she gets this. What kind of equality is that? I digress. Now you look down here. All right? Oh, look at them. Other top executives all getting pay raises. Now you need to ask yourself, what is happening? See, said right back off. Did I not say that? I told you we're going to break that. See right there? Facing. You know about this. I trained you on this, but let me go a step further. All right? What the hell done happened since it opened at 9:30 that caused it to sell off here, run up here, sell off here, run up here? Nothing. There you go, Devon. Nothing. They playing with the market. But we don't play. You implement our strategies and techniques when they do this, you be like, all right. See it go up again, see them run it back up. It ain't breaking this. It ain't going to just do this. Nope. Because the bookies, aka market makers, decided that's the index. Look at the day's rating, 1830, 180. That's the index. So they're going to keep on playing. Right there. Because they're manipulating the position, the market. Now, when you know these things, family, and you can look and see, hear and listen, then you know how to position yourself. Now, notice, all the things I discussed with you, it ain't got no emotion in it. Hell, if they start selling a position off, fine, I know how to go ahead and turn right around, monetize that too. No matter what they do, we know how to go ahead and monetize it like the Rothschilds. But if you be like, oh, that's Procter & Gamble. Girl, that's my position. Man, I buy that those products, boy, I buy that Palmolive for my dish. I don't wash nothing but my dishes with that Palmolive. Lord have mercy. And let me, oh man, that's Charmin. Don't nothing touch my booty but Charmin. Now you all caught up and their executives getting 18% pay raises off of you. Now you better sell that damn thing just like they sell, like they manipulating the market during the day. Emotions got nothing to do with it. She was shown no emotion when that landlord canceled her lease and she hadn't missed any payments. Let us get paid. Now I know I digressed and got on the level ones, level twos and level threes, but see, you got to put all this together now, because I'm gonna be stretching out with you. When I ask you, do your bid ask analysis, okay? Index off your volume. When I'm speaking to you like that and code on the radio, you need to be on the radio broadcast. You need to know what I'm saying, what you need to be doing. And then I'm going to show you how, when the ER is about to be released, level twos and level threes have a field day with regular traders and investors. Check this out. Many of you have sent this across in an email to me in the past. You said, Dr. Reeves, the earnings report was positive, but the position traded down. Explain that to me. I thought when the earnings report numbers are good, the position is supposed to run up. Now I can say, look at the bid ask. Level twos, level three playing with the position. Check your 52-week high. Don't nobody make money till what? A position sales to close. So they got all that money tied up in that damn position. Oh, they're going to sell off. Keep that bid ass tight to keep that volume up. And as they sell off and the volume is up, pushing the position down, they getting paid. Then they come back, do a head fake, because the fundamentals per the earnings report are positive. People turn right back around and buy the position back up. And guess what? They turn around and get more shares for less money after they've extracted their profit from selling off early. But see, I'm going to train you how to see that, because you know they all are trying to get paid. Let me give you one street example before we go back to the calendar, economic calendar. Listen to this. All right. When you look at a football game or a basketball game, all right, in football, the ultimate goal, excuse the pun, is to score a touchdown. You got end zones. at both sides of the field. So all that stuff to go on in the middle of the field and in between time, both teams are trying to get to the end zone, to the end of the field, right? Right? Okay. Now, when each team in football, the offense is on the field, the offense engaged in all kind of trickery and deception to try to move the ball down the field to get into the end zone. Now, the defense there is trying to decipher what trickery and deception, what play they calling and running and all this and that to move the ball down the field. They're trying to stop them. All right? Now, what if there was no defense on the field? What if it was just offense on the field? Do you think that the offense will get to the end zone every time they got their hands on the ball? There you go, Zenobi. Every single time. They're going to make a touchdown. In trading and investing, the level 2s, the level 3s, they ain't got no defense in front of them. They manipulate the market. They're going to get paid every single time. So now if you're going to go ahead and monetize through actualization, wouldn't you want to go ahead and actualize and monetize the entity that ain't got no damn defense trying to stop them? That's the market makers and the manipulators. Because every trading day, they going to get PAID. You out here trying to engage with the herd, okay? The herd sitting there trying to figure out what, but no. The herds don't want to be manipulated. Take your mind now to basketball. If there's only one team on the court with their 5 players, how the hell are they going to lose the game? There ain't another team on there trying to stop them from scoring. So every time this one team get the ball, they're going to score. So when the game over with, the end of 4 quarters, they're going to win and the other side going to have 0 because there ain't no other team on the court. Same thing with the bookies. They out here on the court by their damn self, manipulating the stock positions. Okay? And so what's end up happening is they score and win and get paid every day. Now, the people in the stands, they the herd. The people in the stands watching the basketball game when there's only one team on the court, they the herd. But let me tell you how stupid the people in the stands are. Instead of them watching and monetizing the only team that's on the basketball court, aka the bookies, the market makers, the hedge funds, the dark pool managers, the institutional investors, what the stupid people in the stands will sit there and do, they'll sit there and wait and hope and pray for another team to come on the court. And ain't another team coming. So what they end up doing is they end up trying to analyze all of the moves and the plays that the only team on the court making. Instead of saying, you know what? Whatever they do, I'm betting on them. Because they playing with themselves, so they damn sure ain't going to lose. So if you monetize the team that's on the court, aka bookies and market makers, how the hell you ain't going to get paid? You see my analogy? So many people want to make arithmetic trigonometry. This shit, excuse me, this stuff's super simple. And the sooner I figured it out, and then it was confirmed by the Jews that on Wall Street that I was working with, I'm saying, these people know something that I don't know and everybody else don't know. And they have what they call shalom because they're at peace. But the thing is to make it seem convoluted, to make it seem difficult, etc., etc. What I'm going to say to you now, please don't take this wrong. I have to be very careful who I say this to and who I say this around, because many people say, well, is he saying that higher education in college and graduate school is not, advisable? I'm not saying that. But what I will say is this, okay? Yes, I've been blessed to go to some of the best schools, not only in the country, but on the planet. And some would say I have a very excellent education, but let me tell you something. I'm in the financial position I am in today because of my street smarts. Not because there's a PhD behind the S in the name Reeves, but because of my street smarts, okay, tempered by my spiritual enlightenment. When you develop that third eye, that third ear, you realize, wait a minute, ain't no way in hell more people can be making money than losing money in the stock market for the stock market to stay viable. It can't work like that. So then your street smarts would tell you, wait a minute, how are they getting people to go for this dipsy doodle every day in trillions of dollars every day? Then your mind, your street smarts will say, look, I need to find out who's pulling the daily dipsy doodle. Then your street smarts will say, now, I need to study him because he is dedicated to getting paid via the manipulation of others. That's the only way he gets paid. Everybody else down here trying to figure out, okay, how the system works. You got to understand every system is run by an individual or individuals. They determine the system. So you want to try to figure out the system that they can change at any time. Like you saw the market go up and go down 700 points, okay, in one day because of a damn tweet. I ain't worrying about that damn system. That system broke and messed up. But I want to understand and understand what is the mind that's controlling that system, that making it move like that. And I want to monetize that person. That's the person that tell you to get in line and drink Kool-Aid lined with cyanide, and he gonna sit there on the microphone and tell you you going to a better place. What the hell? Let me see you drink the Kool-Aid first. Jim Jones, don't tell me about drinking no damn Kool-Aid. You drink the Kool-Aid first. Then let me see if you go to the big, and once you get to the great by and by, come back down here and tell me it's okay. But until then, don't you get on a microphone and tell me that this is great, that I'm going to Nirvana, and you ain't drinking the Kool-Aid? Same thing with trading and investing. When you see a head fake or a head and shoulders or a facing, you don't drink that damn Kool-Aid. Check your volume, check your bid ass. Check your time interval volume analysis. Know what time of day. You on the front end or on the back end of the water table. Okay, this is the Kool-Aid that, okay, they about to serve now. Because they want the market to move this way. The only way they getting paid is if other people putting their money into the market and they taking those people's money. They're not trying to make money with the herd. They're making money on the herd. We clear on this. But see, so many of you are so gullible, you want to believe in somebody else and something else other than your damn self. You say to yourself, I can never be wealthy, okay, unless I buy this set of cassette tapes or I watch this person on TV. Look, they're great. I'm not. So I can never be like, no, see, that's ass backwards. That's why they are great and you are not, because you believe that. Ain't nothing, no difference in them than you other than how they think. And the only way they are wealthy is because you stupid enough to pay them, all right, to idolize them instead of understanding that you a king and queen, you a god or goddess. You got the same 24 hours they got. But it's the way you thinking. You're not thinking about what they thinking about and how they're thinking. That's why they're where they are and you are where you are. But all that changes, and you can change it in a millisecond. When you go and look at a particular position, you're looking at it like a scientist. Okay? You're looking at that damn thing, and you saying, okay, look, I got to monetize everybody that's trading on this particular position right now. Check it. What's my bid? What's my ask? There you go. Bid lower than the ask. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now they got how wide is this spread? Let me check my volume. How close are they to the 52-week high? 106. Okay. Where is it at now? 104. Okay. There's a spread margin in there. All right. Let me see what I got. Okay. Now I'm on the front side of the water table. This is the intraday high. It's 1049. I know it's going to pull down inside the water table. Now, do I have enough volume on the backside of the water table at 1245 for me to go ahead and create arbitrage off margin and get paid? Hold on. Let me come down here and see if there's anything in the headlines moving this thing artificially. Okay. Zacks are saying they got a good dividend. Okay. Now, oh, this is a dividend paying position. All right. So now let me come back out. Okay. Now check this. If it's target and I'm a little bit antsy, then I'm going to come here. Watch how I'm moving now. Watch how I'm moving now. I'm going to come here. All right. And I'm going to go to this website. Reason I'm going here is I want to see if I can put that ass to his wealth institute holding strategy on target where micro moving macro. So I want to look for any ETF that is heavily weighted with target. So I can get paid not only by target, but from the macro position well, the ETF. Why I want to do that? Because I see target is up over 1%. That's more than 0.50. Notice how I'm checking down now. And I want this money before 4 o'clock. I see it's pushing back up, but I know it ain't going to break this. That's a good thing now. I see that volume it inched up just since the last time we just looked at it. Okay. Y'all see all that? Took me less than a minute to check down like that. And once I lock and load on it, okay, it's done. I'm going to get paid by 4 o'clock that day. Now, let me pause here. Does anybody not understand and understand what I just walked down and did? That's why I say, look, fam, let this market open up. I don't care what happens. Up 500 or down 700. If it opens, I'm going to get paid. Family, study. That's all you got to do. And you will get paid. Let's go through the rest of our calendar. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good week. We make it a good week. Care nothing about what they're doing. Come out here to Wednesday because we came through here. Because we know we're going to have our oil report here. All right? But once again, look, family, look what's sitting right there. Every week. Once again, mortgage applications up, home builders going to be up. Mortgage applications down, home builders going to be down. And we don't care what the report, just send out the report. Report comes out at 7 o'clock in the morning. Market opens at 9:30. How in the hell am I going to fail the test and you're going to give me the answers 2.5 hours before the test? I'm not going to do that. I can't fail the test. I got the answers. Then what do? You come right here. You got the answers 2.5 hours before. Come right here. You go first here. This is going to be down if that report is down. This is going to be up if that report is up. Simple. Then you come off of this and you hit them in the head multiple times. Okay, with your holding strategies. Top two most heavily weighted right here. DHI Lennar. Let me prove it to you now. If these two are up, this got to be up. Now, we want this to be 0.50. That's our best sweet spot. But watch this. If this ITB is up, okay, watch this now. DHI got to be up. It cannot be down. Watch. Real time. That can't be. Oh. Just sold off, see? So watch this. Watch me now. I'm going to prove it to you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Watch. This right here has got to be up. Because this cannot be positive, and that time is accurate. See right there? 10:54. Look at your watches. It's 10:54. There's no way. See, now this is a classic example of what? Hold on. Is this, before I click on it, is this divergence? Or, oh, I love this. Is this divergence or convergence? Elders, is this divergence or convergence? There you go, Charles. There you go, James. It's got to be divergent. Because if we see DHI is down, and this has to be up, because why? Because this is up. And we see why it's not up 0.50, because DHI is down. If they both were moving in the same directions, then that would be up more than 0.50. Watch this. Now, what does this tell me? This is down. The chart confirms it. So now, what is wrong? The website got to be off. Ain't no way in hell ITB, there you go, Sonobi. ITB can't be it. You all are brilliant. Ain't no way this can be up. I got convergence across these two. Across DHI and LEN. How in the hell can this be up? It can't be. So because we train, we look and we see, look, a multi-million-dollar website, something ain't right. So either this is off, you can't have two of your most heavily weighted positions and down and the macro be up. Oh, you see that? It's moving up. Let's stay right here. We're going to watch this. Remember when that was 0.2 something? It was down here. See it moving up? Now that Lennar better be moving up. Otherwise, the website wrong. It's moving up slightly. See, it was down here when we first looked at it. It's moving up slightly. So if ITB is truly up, those two positions, like we're showing you real time, have got to continue to move up. See, it's moving up. So these two micro positions got to move up. They both can't be moving down. There you go, Queen Patsy. Queen Patsy, remind everybody, micro moves macro. Now, and family, let me say this. Have you seen how powerful our drill down is? When we see all that foolishness, it's not concerning us. Why? Because this is not what? 0.50. There you go, Zenobi. See, that's why we just didn't mystically come up with the cutoff being 0.50. See, if this was 0.50, you wouldn't see that differential with the micro and the macro. They both would indeed be positive, and this would be positive. That's why if this is not 0.50, we don't even concern ourselves with it. I'm glad you're seeing this, because some of you may say, well, it's 0.30, 0.45. I'm going to go ahead and take it. No, because you'll have that, you may still have that divergence across your two micro positions that I just showed you. So our drop dead cutoff is 0.50 here. This reiterates that point. Do we get that? Excellent. See, when you come in here real time, you can see this in practice. See, now it's down to 0.27. Now, when we get that, will we go and take this position? There you go, no. But think about the hundreds of millions of traders and investors who walk out here. They see this up. They see that green. They click over here. Okay? They click over here. Watch this. They see this. And they be like, I'm going to go ahead and take it. And then they lose money and they wonder why. Because this ain't 0.50. That's why. And you still have your two most heavily weighted positions trending in negative territory. Even though they're trying to get the positive, you're not going to have enough volume to create arbitrage off market. How did I know that before I went down and looked at it? Ain't no way in hell you're going to go ahead and take a position that's trading on average 2 million shares and it's trading a tenth of that. Why would you jump out there and try to take a call option on this position? You ain't got volume to move the position. Y'all get that? And let me show you something else. Showing you gain, recognized gain. Look. Drill down. Look how close this bid ask is. 1 penny. Volume should be off the chain. Why isn't it? I rest my case. Don't fool with it. Look at the bid ask now. We just went over this. If it's a 1 cent differential, this should be 3 million or above. This is a tenth, or less than a tenth. So see how wonderful your drill down is? Your drill down's telling you, Blake, don't take it. I don't care. Well, it's green. No. Well, the chart looks like it's trying to rise. Look. You got indicators. The drill down's telling you, leave this alone. This right here should have this busting 3 million. It's down here 200. Leave it alone. And when you pull off of it and look at something else, you don't even question yourself. Because you know your drill down told you emphatically, leave it alone. And notice, we only take positions when they are in our favor. We don't care what everybody else says or does or what the herd is doing. There you go, King Charles. Our drill down is rock solid. Any questions on what you've seen? Because when we are dealing with a situation where somebody can send out a tweet, okay, all right, King Dean, be safe. When somebody can send out a tweet and move the market 700 points one way or the other, you better know how to look at these things. You got to be able to know when to look at a website and see when it's off. A multi-million-dollar website. How many times have we called Yahoo Finance off? You know, we use it also because it's a good website to be used. But when it's off, we can see it and know how to go ahead and move around it anyway. There you go, Anthony. King Anthony said, trust but verify. That's right, always. Man, it's good to be able to show you this stuff real time. All right? That still ain't 0.50. That's 0.40. It's up, but it ain't 0.50. Okay? Now, let's go with the rest of our calendar. So once again, ain't no excuse. Wednesday gonna get here on time. If it is the will of the ancestors and the creator, 7 a.m. gonna get here on time. You know what to do. All right? And that drill down is going to tell you what to do and or what not to do. Okay? Wonderful. Thank you for the positive comments. Indeed, family, we are infallible if you would just do your drill down. Don't add or subtract from it. Okay? Now, Queen Zenobia just made an interesting point. I'm going to go back and show it to you to drive home our point. Watch this. See this went up to 0.4? Queen Zenobia said the most heavily weighted position, DHI, just went up. That's what pulled it up. Watch this. Thank Eagle. That's old Eagle Eye, Queen Zenobia. See, this just went up too. Wasn't it negative when we first looked at it? This in LEN was negative. Queen Zenobia just noticed it pulled up. Now it's positive. Guess what else just pulled up? Up to 0.40 now. Bam. Y'all see that? Everything we said, real time. Micro moves macro. Thank you, Eagle Eye. Thank you, Queen Zenobia. Micro moves macro. It went up even higher to 0.50. Watch this. Watch it. That Lennar and this has got to be higher. It's pulling it up for a reason. Boom! You see it move up even higher? We just looked at it there. Queen Zenobia told us, look right there. So even if LEN is down, this one is pulling it up. Pulling that ITB up. But it has a hard pull. See it moving up? They get the 0.50. It's pulling though. Queen Patsy says, love you, Queen Zenobia. There you go. Where else do you see this real time? We say it and then it happens. We say it, Queen Zenobia sees it. Queen Zenobia says she loves you all back. There you go, family members. That's how we're supposed to behave. But the question for those of you that recently joined the Wealth Institute family should be, why ain't nobody else teaching this? Look, don't you know that Bloomberg and CNBC, instead of all I having all that idle chatter, why aren't they devoting some time to showing this real time? You know they got the money. That's $1 billion corporation running both of them networks. Reason they ain't doing it is because ignorance is big business. You ain't trying to educate people. Because if everybody knew what we know and did this, the market would implode. So they got to keep people ignorant and monetize that. Queen Jeffrey Moore said, Queen Zenobia, you always on point. I agree with that, King. She's been a member for years. She don't miss nothing. That's why we call it affectionately Eagle Eye. That's right. Okay, so we good on this? Wednesday. All right. All right. We're going to make it another profitable week as it is the will of the ancestor and the creator. All right. We come out of here. We all know what to do with the EIA petroleum report, our oil related positions. Now back on this. Now, whatever this does right here, okay, when you get that report, it's going to have a direct result on pending home sales. Because most people aren't buying houses cash. They're getting a mortgage. So if this is up, then this will tend to be up. Y'all get that? Now here, though, you're going to go Home Depot, HD, and Lowe's, LOW. Okay? And I'm sorry. This will still be ITB. It's existing home sales. We go Lowe's and Home Depot. I'm sorry. This is home sales. So this will be ITB as well. Okay, now let me tell you how you play this to get paid. Depending upon your budget. When you come out here and monetize this, if you got enough money to get 2 contracts, if you run options, sell one at 4 here. And you know if this is up, you won't have 2 calls, option contracts. Sell one here, let the other one ride, tighten up the trailer stop before the market closes on Wednesday. Line the trailer stop when the market opens on Thursday. When this report come out at 10, if it was call option applicable here, your second call option here will run as well. You get paid again. Be out here at 4. Done and done. If these numbers are down, don't worry about it. Put option here upon completion of the appropriate drill down. 2 contracts if you can afford it. Monetize one at 4 o'clock here, just before 4 o'clock here. Tighten up the trail and stop on the second one. 10 o'clock, when the market opens up here, 9:30, widen the trail and stop. This report here going to come out down because the mortgage applications are down. Then, when this, if it's a put option, let that thing run through water table. When it goes down even further on the backside of the water table, tighten up the trail and stop, monetize it before 4. You got paid this day and this day. In question. Got paid off the same positions, just 2 different contracts. Done and done. Okay. Thank you for the positive comments. There you go. Then we roll on into Friday. Okay. Not really anything here. This, you look at this with the VIX again. This right here is going to tie into the Wednesday EIA Petroleum Status Report. And you good. Now, this is just the economic count. Okay? You got if you want to run your dividend option trifecta effect strategy, you can. You can run your beta day strategies if you can. If you want to, it's up to you throughout the week. These are additional things you can do to get paid. All right? Somebody just asked me to take a look at this jobless claims. This ain't going to have much to do with the market because it's been pretty consistent. You know what I mean? But yeah, Zanobi is reminding us about this, but it's not going to be enough to move the market enough for it to create arbitrage intraday and get paid on. Yeah, because that number's been pretty much, hovering around the same numbers. So this report is baked into the market. You know what I mean? Hold on a second, I'll pull it up. Yeah. So it's pretty much baked into the market. Yeah. No problem. Thank you, Quinn. Now we clear on this week. Okay, now for those of you that recently joined the Wealth Institute family and you're like, wow, this is so much. Take your time. Get in this virtual trading room, see how we move, and then paper trade. Okay, so you're not putting money into a position. Just get you a tablet and make a ledger. Okay, if I would have bought a $20 call option on this particular position, set my trailing stops as such and such. All right. And then I sold it on this day when the price hit this particular point. What would I have made? Or if the position moved to the downside, what happened for me to lose money? You paper trade now. You just pay on a tablet or a ledger. What happened here? Oh, I don't understand how I missed it. So let me send in this question at cs@askthewiz.info to help them. Or let me go on the back end and see what I missed right here. So you paper trade alongside of the rest of us so that when you actually start using real money, when you feel comfortable enough to use real money, but you start out with small amounts, $10, $20, $50. You don't have to jump out there with no $200, $300 trades. Then when you double that money and you're earning while you're learning, a lot of things you won't understand how you double your money because you were just mimicking us, but that's part of the matriculation process, okay? Because you'll see how we move when we do our drill down on a position, what we're looking for. And if we don't see it, how we stand down and what we look for next. Okay. And then all the pieces of the puzzle will come together for you, very quickly, believe it or not. Okay. Any questions, what ifs, hypotheticals? Now, Trump is going to continue to be Trump. We love that. Okay? We absolutely love that. Let him continue to do that. But if you don't monetize what that man doing, something like this awaits you. And whining, complaining about him, that ain't going to get it. You got to get paid from it. Okay? Thank you so much for those kind words, King Rose. It's an honor to be your servant. But see, you've got to remember the classic book, family, The Art of War. It's one of the suggested readings on our list, on our website now. Okay? And it talks about you knowing your adversary, knowing your opponent. When you know your opponent, as a result of studying your opponent, then you can anticipate his moves. Okay? But if you sit around and hope that the opponent is going to show some sympathy, they'll show you empathy all day long. We know the difference between the two of those. But if you wait on that, this is what's going to happen. Don't you know she wants to believe in the system? But look how the system treats them. And what is sad is this is our future right here. So what you think is being programmed into their minds? That they are regulated to living in housing where the toilets don't flush. You put your hand in the water and you get electrocuted. Dilapidated environments. People coming and taking advantage of your mother. Your mother not having enough money to fix the automobile, so she has to walk to the bus stop. Okay? Worrying about where your next meal is going to come from. All these people showing up on the front lawn of your house. You come home from school, all you know is there's a ribbon or notice on the front of the house saying you can't move there. And you didn't want to move there no way. You went from one house that was dilapidated to another one that's more dilapidated. And now think, and you know kids at this age, their age groups engage in bullying and all that kind of stuff. They're mean. Sometimes evil spirit. Don't you know that they get talked about? You living in a hotel. You this, you that. Think about how this is impregnated into their minds and their psyche, and knowing the mind controls the behind. They ain't gonna never ever forget what they're going through now. And here it is, the queen trying to hold it together because she loves her babies. But this society is set up so that it doesn't care anything about her. You got a man that sits in the White House and the week before last looked to the heavens and said, I am the chosen one. What if you're the chosen one? What you doing about these type of people? Because they don't look like him, they don't matter. Okay? See, that's interesting now. On Air Force One, it came out 6 months ago. On Air Force One, the first year that he was in the White House, they spent $161 million on Air Force One, not flying him to political summits, but back and forth to Mar-a-Lago and to his other resorts. He took Air Force One and flew all the way to Ireland to play golf at one of his resorts. 160 million. All she wants is money for her rent. Somebody to help her pay her rent. So her babies will have somewhere to sleep that's clean and have good meals. And notice now, she goes to work every day. But this queen, before her taxes, and they tax her money, she makes $9 an hour. Let me ask you something. Do you believe that Donald Trump can take care of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 growing kids on $9 an hour? You tell me who's the one that should be held in high esteem? This queen or him? And when he don't want to pay a bill, what he do? He filed bankruptcy and walked the hell away. This woman gets kicked out on the street That's the country we in. Every one of these kids got clothes on, shoes on their feet because of her. Not because of no government program. Did you see anywhere in this damn article they talked anywhere about her getting welfare or TANF, temporary assistance to needy families? No. $9 an hour. We all need to kneel to this queen. But he flying around on a damn jet. And we paying for it. This is the irony of it all. He flying around, spending $160 million his first year in the White House, and part of her $9 an hour taxes paying for that bullshit. He can do that because her hard taxes. She don't even get a tax break. But then he just writes off bankruptcies, stiffs people, $100 million, $200 million to file bankruptcy. But she gets kicked out on the street. But she paid her rent on time now. Read this article, family. So in the midst of us getting PAID and all the things we're doing, we got to remember people like this. So we can lead by example. That's why I'm meeting with some of the city officials to find out, look, I got to do something. Okay, I know I can't house everybody, but something needs to be done. This is crazy. Now, she was behind on her rent or whatever the case, that's different. But the article clearly states she never did anything wrong. All she was trying to do was take care of her babies. And look what the world is doing to her. And where are all the politicians that are running for war, political office and whatnot, why ain't they helping her? Where the city officials? Put her in this extended stay home, and notice that voucher for a finite period of time for her children to eat and for her to stay there. What happens when the voucher runs out? The debit card hits zero. When this cute little prince here, he just wants a balanced meal. Now, he's supposed to go to school too now and keep his grades up while he's hungry. And you remember when you were a child, how important it was for you to have your own bedroom, for you to have a sense of stability. It helped you in everything else you would partake in, even school or whatever. They being bounced around. Going to school, coming out of a hotel. How many hotel rooms got more than one bathroom? Huh? So you got all these kids, 6 kids, and a grown woman in a bathroom. And then they're all sitting on top of each other eating. How many hotel rooms got more than 2 beds in it? Look, it's 7 people. So you got people either sleeping on the floor, sleeping on the couch, 2 or 3 deep in the bed. This is no way for these people that have done nothing wrong to be living. It's time to go to work, family. Because as you learn how to get PAID in the capitalist system, it will then allow you to be a beacon of light for people that are in the darkness, to let them know they can do the same thing. And while we're making money, we can go back and help them, okay, from a monetary standpoint and a spiritual standpoint to let them know nobody's trying to take advantage of them. Look, we are trying to help you. Now, be it $5, $10, whatever. But these people don't want to hand out, they want to hand up. But unless this society takes responsibility for what it's doing, these little ones are going to grow up very angry. And when that happens, now you have an angry society. A society that becomes sick. A society, a world that needs to be healed with compassion and sympathy, damn empathy, where each one helps one. And that line of demarcation between the have and have-nots is shrunk over time. Because see, people like the man in the White House, these people are what the second George Bush called non-essentials. Google that. Do you know the second George Bush one time? He said that we're not concerned about the non-essentials. What the hell? So who determines who is essential and who is, quote unquote, the non-essentials? Those of you with the elders in the Wealth Institute, do you remember when I went ballistic when he said that in a speech? I said, and then the media did not even say anything about that. I said, did this man just say in a speech the non-essentials? Yeah. Family members, get PAID so you can make this world a better place, so we can heal this world, because this world is sick, and run by some sick people who say publicly they are the chosen ones. Thank you, like always, family, for being in another Asterisk Wealth Street Virtual Trading Room. Take this information, utilize it to get PAID. Stand tall, you kings and queens, you guys and goddesses, and let us all band together to make the ancestors and the Creator proud and heal this very, very sick world. Be on standby for your PID alerts and your whiz alerts as the market dictates. This is your humble servant, Dr. Kendall Wiz Reeves, saying peace and blessings be upon each and every one of you. Let us heal the world.